All right, everybody, welcome back. We're going to be talking about the two playoff games that happened on Saturday, or last night, because it's probably going to be uploaded early morning. Um, Firstly, I want to talk about the Carolina Panthers and the Rams, mostly because it was the first game of the day, but also because I think, in my opinion, it was the best game. Both of the games were actually pretty close. One of them was surprising, which is this one, and the other one really not. Uh, for the Rams and Panthers game, I'm just surprised. I don't think anybody had the Carolina Panthers being this close against the Rams, especially considering the Rams have the MVP candidate, who I think is going to win the MVP. And considering the Panthers were 8-9, I believe, if I'm correct, they're the first playoff team since the Seattle Seahawks to make it to the playoffs with a losing record. But I just want to say Bryce Young played his heart out. This is his first playoff game of his career, and he was going up against a team that was considered a Goliath, and I think he definitely showed that he was David. I honestly think the only negative that you could say really for this team today was maybe the play calling at the very end. At the very last drive, they had about, I think, a little bit under 40 seconds to get 32 yards, and it just felt like Dave Canales was just calling a bunch of deeper routed plays instead of trying to hit anybody over the middle to gain yards. And that's the only thing I'll knock Bryce Young on too, is it just felt like he was wasting time running around and like wasting the time that they needed to get downfield to try to tie it, at least to get to overtime. Um, but I honestly think this was the best game of Saturday out of the two. And I just don't think there's anything bad that you could say about Bryce Young. Everybody's been talking bad about him from last year. A lot of people liked him this season. They've been showing progress with him. And there were reports that they were going to pick up his fifth-year option. And honestly, uh, I'm just I loved watching this game. Bryce Young in college, I loved him in Bama. I didn't think he was going to be that good in the NFL, and he's proven me wrong with how he performed last night, or in the middle of the day. Sorry, but for the Rams, I mean, this was a wake up call. I think for sure. A team that really was nowhere near the talent level of the Los Angeles Rams was able to almost beat them in the wild card round. The Rams, who have Devontae Adams, Puka Nacua, Matthew Stafford, Kyron Williams, they have all those dang tight ends, Parkinson, Higbee, Ferguson. They have all these talent on the offense, and then they have one of the strongest defenses in the league too. It's just shocking how the Panthers were able to come in and actually make this a competitive game. And I think Sean McVay needs to show something. Maybe they were holding back because they thought it was an easy game. Maybe Sean McVay just thought they were gonna win the whole time. I don't know, but this should definitely be a wake up call, because when we discuss the other game I'm going to talk about with the Green Bay Packers and the Bears, they these coaches need to stop taking their foot off the gas pedal, because definitely it starts to show. In the second game, it started to show when you know that their foot's off the gas pedal and they're trying to just waste time. All right, we're going to talk about the second game now, and this is the Packers and Bears. I had the Packers winning. I thought this was going to be like a air quote upset, because I thought the Packers had a better team this year. You watch the first half of this game, that statement I just said is true. The Packers were the better team in the first half. And what I was talking about earlier about taking your foot off the gas pedal is exactly what Matt LaFleur did, because they were up, I believe, 21-6, and they just took their foot off the gas pedal. And then when they tried to step back on it, the Bears came out and they whooped. They whooped. Caleb Williams came out and whooped the Packers defense. They put B2A. Packers scored one touchdown in the second half after being up 21-6. That's ridiculous. They made the Bears defense look like it was awful in the first half, and then took the foot off the gas pedal, and the Bears made the Packers regret it. And this is I know I keep saying these in these videos. These are the type of decisions that lose people their jobs. They're talking about extending Matt LaFleur. I saw that the other day before the wild card game. How do you extend him for a long amount of time and make him one of the best paid coaches in the league when he lost to the Bears like this? And don't get me wrong, I think Matt LaFleur's a good coach. Just these are terrible decisions to make. Why are you taking your foot off the gas pedal so early? Why are we taking the foot off the gas pedal? Why do we slow down on the offense? It's just ridiculous. I mean, genuinely. I'm just kind of stunned for words because I watched this with my family because my family's Packers fans. I'm a Falcons fan. My family are Packers fans. And I left my family's home to go home because we were up in the third quarter. And I was just like, okay, there's no reason for me to stay because I think we're going to win. I go and get in my car, I put the game on my phone, and I start driving to my house. And as I'm driving to my house, I'm hearing the Chicago Bears come back. This is just ridiculous. I mean, genuinely ridiculous. I don't think Matt LaFleur should be fired, but this is just really bad showing, especially if you want to be a high-paid coach. I'm just lost for words. Jordan Love played good until the second half, obviously. Caleb Williams really struggled in the first half, but something started clicking for him in the second half. He started actually playing really well. You were seeing him throw some pretty good passes. He led the comeback for Chicago. And him and Ben Johnson seemed to have worked because Ben Johnson just got his first playoff win along with Caleb in their first playoff appearance since 2020. But there's something's got to go on with the Packers for sure. I'm also going to get a video out about Black Monday because I wasn't able to get a video out because I'm a Falcons fan, so I'm going to talk about it. But thanks for stopping by. Thanks for talking, and let's get excited for some football today.